All right. Sit. Welcome back to me. Yeah. I did some stuff. I can't figure out where my camera is. Center here, but it looks off center on this one. Wonder if it's the way I'm centering it. Let me see, is it you? So I'm center here. No, that's center. Yeah, maybe I just moved the camera by accident. All right, that'll work. Hey everybody, welcome. Look at this awesome website. This is pretty cool, huh? Have you ever seen Orbem Studio before? So Orbem.studio, this is where all the magic happens. It's the brand new website that I put together. And basically this is gonna be kind of the lead gen to the game engine. So yes, this is what we're working on today. Some website programming. I know you're all used to my game dev, but did you know that I'm a website programmer by day? You should know that. But yeah, this is the current project. What up, Catherine Krim? Catherine Krim? Welcome. Thanks for jumping on. How's it going? Yeah, so we have a few sections here so far. These are very important sections, you know, because nobody knows what Orbem Studio is. They don't know the power of the tool, and they don't know what it's capable of or why they need it. So that's what Orbem.studio's homepage is going to be. It's going to be a nice landing page for that. The only thing that this needs to convey is, what is Orbem Studio? You know, no code game builder, currently using WordPress as a conduit. And then, you know, why Orbem Studio? Because look, no code. You have idea, you build components, and then you have a game. That's simple, right? So now the next section I need to build, I'm trying to figure out. I think the next section is going to be like, what can you build with Orbem Studio, right? That is another piece of the puzzle. So basically, you know, you can design full games. You know, this isn't just, hey, thanks, Durakev. Appreciate it. Yeah, and this is out right now. I mean, I'm building a major platform for this, but I mean, if you go to get the plugin, this is available for free. If you know how to use WordPress, or if you know how to get access to a WordPress website, you can install this plugin right now and start building video games, or interactive stories, or whatever you want to do. So now I have to basically teach the world why a browser-based, real-time, game builder is important for your website. It's a great branding marketing tool. Also, just something fun. If you're a writer or even a game dev and you want to, or maybe do D&D and you want to come up with campaigns and you have a website, a blog or something, you can actually allow people to play things. And it's, it's not a little kiddie thing. It's not just a drag and drop experience. This is a serious configurable game builder. Yeah. And that's why I give you an example right here. You could build stuff like this. This is my game built in the Orbem universe. And basically, you can see kind of the power here. We have, major intro videos for your video game. This is mine, obviously. And hold on, I'm muted. And now, this is based off of the first 5 chapters of my sci-fi book series, the Harmonian Chronicles. Orbem is book 1. And yeah, this was all built using the Orbem Studio plugin.
Let's start off
intro videos.
My name is Dr. Graham Milford.
Skippable.
I wonder what
tutorial pop-ups. Teach you how to play the game. All configurable on your end.
Ooh, hello.
Hey, Cranston.
You have cutscenes.
No hard feelings, eh?
Where you can upload sound bites for every line.
Cranston.
Or just upload your own Google text-to-speech API key and it can do it automatically for you. Little pop-ups so you can focus on things. Interactions. I can break plants. I know it's mean, but I need points. Collect money from people.
Graham, I heard about you getting let go. The world is tough, and so are people.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I keep to my plants.
Yeah.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks, Carol.
Here, you're gonna need this now that you're unemployed.
Yeah, and I just lost my job. That's the whole point of the game. That's not the whole point, but in the admissions.
Oh, need to grab my stuff.
Getting points.
Guess I should talk to my boss before I leave for good.
And now, trigger points. You can trigger interactions with people that trigger other things. So it can get very complex based off of what you want to build.
Hey, Mr. Soberson.
I'll even skip through this real quick.
Hey, sir.
Meet me in my...
So I finished my last mission, and now he wants me to follow him to his office. Trigger point takes you to a new area. So you can string together an infinite amount of areas. You can have an endless game as long as you want to build it. And, and you can build triggers to go back to other levels as well. Automatic walking based off of a trigger starts a cutscene.
Take over the world? Oh.
And then after a cutscene you can trigger, go to another area. See all these very configurable, you can even hear the background music too. Each level gets its own music. Cutscenes can get their own music as well. I'm in a blocked area.
May I help you, sir?
Hello, sir.
May
Yes.
here.
Thank you, sir.
I won't ruin the story for you if you want to play the game. But yeah, it just follows the book. Even communication devices. So I have a cell phone that I got for being in this research facility.
This is your CNC
And it can be
device.
voice messages
Refer
or
to
text
this
messages.
while in the
And you can make the
research
background look whatever you want.
facility.
This is an image that I added to make it look like a cell phone. But it could be, you know, a radio, it could be a old CRT, or it could be like a magical orb, whatever you want. Hey, can I talk to you?
Hello, Mr. Mil. Ahem.
Oh.
Hello, Mr. Milford.
Oh.
It's
And you can see how you can trigger NPCs to walk whenever you want. There's wandering mode and there's trigger modes based off of interactions, whether it's a mission or a cutscene. Yeah. Anyways, that is some of the power of Orbem Studio. Endless possibilities, that's all I can say. And I highly suggest you check it out. But right now we're trying to build a nice one-pager here. So where I'll send people to Orbem.studio. Eventually this is going to be the site where people host their own games. They don't even have to use WordPress. That's the end goal. Because eventually I'll host everybody else's games. Make kind of like a, you know, a website-based Roblox-ish community of games where you build your own game, you get a nice little URL. Like in my case, it would be escape to orbem.studio. I mean, that's a redundant name, but that's what it would be. So it's your name as a subdirectory. And then you can pass it off to your friends and they can play your game. But for now, it's a WordPress plugin that you can play on your site. You can, one game per site. So I am developing this theme right now. I probably don't have to do too much more. I pretty much have all the styling I need to develop the rest of these sections, I'm guessing. Let's see here. And now let's just duplicate and we'll swap this column over. Okay, cool. Now basically I need a new section. It's going to be design full games, not demos. Right? Because we have design game systems, not code. Design full games, not demos. You know, I kind of like the comma better. Less space. And then I wrote down some body copy here. But I'm going to type it out because it makes me feel better. What do we have? Orbem Studio is built for creators who want to ship complete playable experiences, not prototypes that stop at mechanics. Now, I should say not only prototypes of mechanics, because, you know, this is also a good platform for you to prototype a game. Maybe you're not ready to code and you want to just build out levels and, you know, just place things, you know, prototyping might not be a bad idea too. And then we got using visual systems and structured game logic. You can create ... Let's add a list. Exploratory worlds with gated progression, which is great. because you can build giant levels where you have blockades that show up and go away based off of missions you complete. And you can have, breakable items like doors that you can break through if you're a strong type of person. So, progression is based off of your gameplay or interactions, which is great. Also, interactive environments, puzzles, and hazards. So, interactive environments. I mean, like I said, you can break things. You can unlock blockades by finishing little puzzles, whether it's like drag this over here, hit these 2 timers within a certain amount of time, or, there are hazards that you have to get past in some way or another. Could be an enemy, could be an actual hazard that you have to find your way around or through, stuff like that. And then narrative sequences, cutscenes, and dialogue. Now, this is a big part of what makes Orbem Studio so great, is that it's really narrative based. Your cutscenes can trigger so many things. So, it really benefits from stories that have interactions with other NPCs, or even just interactions with yourself. You can do little pop-ups and talk to yourself that make things happen. So, it benefits from having a good story. It's not just a brain rot game that you just have a repetitive, like, there's no point in it at all except for the click button, And cutscene's not a real word. Cutscenes are definitely a word. Minigames, challenges, and timed events. This is a little bit of a stretch, but it's true. There is a minigame type right now. I only offer one type of minigame right now, which is a drag-based minigame. There's plenty of challenges you can create, like my organizing the office by dragging a bunch of things. And then timed events are like, there is literally a timer-based item interaction where you have like multiple things you have to hit within a certain amount of time in order to complete a mission. So those are all options for, making the game more interesting. And all without writing code. And without locking yourself into a single genre or format. Yeah, which is true. Honestly, I built a pixel art game for mine. It just kind of fit the walking system. But, depending how you place your constraints, your walls and all that kind of stuff, you can do a side scroller technically. There's no jumping built into it yet, but you could still, figure out how to do kind of a 2.5D style game. That being said, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be, forests. Mine is like a sci-fi kind of research facility that's going to turn into a fantasy game. But any story. It could be a detective game. It could be a kid's game where you're a fucking dog walking around. You get to choose what your character does, looks like, and how it walks, how it interacts. So, and that's all without code, which is pretty cool. All right. And whether you're building a short narrative experience or a layered RPG style world. Orbem Studio scales with the ideas you bring to it. And that's a massive benefit. I mean, really, you could build one level and be like, cool, I'm done. Or you could build 50 levels and you don't have to do it all in one time. This isn't like, oh my God, I have to finish an entire game and then launch it. This allows you to build on the game you already have because it's real time. You're building this on a web browser based thing. So as soon as you update it, you know, you update the configurations, it updates the game. So, I mean, somebody could be literally playing the game live. You make updates and add characters and stuff like that. And then when they refresh, it's there. Depending on your website's caching, you know, structures and shit like that. But all super scalable, can be as big as you want, as small as you want. And all that matters is how much time you want to put into it. But it doesn't limit you from launching right away. All right, and the CTA is going to be like explore. Oh shit, I lost my explore. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, that's right. Explore what's possible. Yeah, and this will take you to the documentation for now. Orbem Studio, which currently lives on orbemortar.com, which I need to bring over to this website eventually. That's fine. They're all connected-ish right now. Yeah, okay. And secondary CTA maybe. We'll do another CTA. This one is I guess kind of similar to my other one. View a real game built with Orbem Studio. And this I'll take you to escape to Orbem. Cool. Is this? Oh, okay. All right. Now I need to figure out another visual. So I think we're going to do something like a diagram. Maybe like layers. Or maybe like scenes from the game. Do like everything, like different scenes from the game. Like the character doing some, maybe dragging something, maybe a cutscene, maybe a mini game. Maybe. Or game scene doing something. I think, well, because I already have like a bunch of scenes from the game, and I already have kind of like an interaction with a cutscene and a door opening. So I think I like the idea of the layers, the layer idea, which is basically a map. It's going to be like text-based though, kind of like that. Maybe kind of like an upside down pyramid, maybe. I don't know. Might just have to play around with it. Maybe we'll make like kind of a wireframe connecting to itself. And if I'm going to do that, I want to leave this one alone. Well, let me save this. I just want the size, really. I don't need it. So I can get rid of all these, actually. All right. So yeah, we'll do like maybe like layers connecting to each other. And we'll kind of start, it'll be like the building blocks. I just don't want it to be too similar to what I already have. Like this one. Because basically what I'm talking about is the fact that you can build, you know, full games without code. I don't know, is this too similar to the section above it? Narrative and entertaining gameplay. Systems instead of programming them. You define areas, trigger, blah, blah, blah. No scripting, language to learn, and no engine internals to wrestle with. Each component has clear, possible, sensible defaults and guardrails that prevent broken states. Yeah, this is more like about the building process. But like this, I don't know. I don't know if I think this section might be too close to the third section. Yeah, I think I don't like what I did. I don't like this section. I think I want to do something more impactful. I want to do something more like maybe more examples of what types of games you can build, or like who this would benefit from, you know. This is the hardest part, you know. Building websites are easy. Filling them with useful content is the hardest part. Hey, but good news, everybody. speaking of news, check it out. Orbem is now officially part of the registered trademark system. Isn't that fun? Very cool. There's a grace period. You must file a declaration of use or non-use. 9th and 10th year. I guess I didn't read this whole thing. But that's pretty cool. Yes, I'm part of the trademark system. Orbem is now a registered trademark. Woohoo! And yeah. Now I can officially make a trademarked store on Amazon, which is cool. Yeah. So, getting pretty close. I think I want to build, one more section. And then I want to build like 30 minutes to build section. So maybe we'll do section 4 as about like game ideas. Most games ideas never make it past the notebook. So am I trying to remove barriers from people that want to create games but don't want to learn coding or don't have the ability? I think I'm already kind of nailing that narrative here, though. You know? Yeah, I think I'm going to go for more of like who would benefit from Orbem Studio and like what kind of games you can build. You know, it's for teachers, it's for writers, storytellers, you know, D&D fans. It's for, you know, anybody who has an idea but isn't a hardcore game dev. Like, this isn't Wix, you know what I mean? This is just like a drag and drop game builder. This is, you know, this is a highly configurable, advanced game engine that happens to be browser based, which makes it a lot easier and no coding involved. Yeah, something like that. So I think I'm going to actually ditch all this. This just is repeat. I don't want to have like 3 sections repeating. You know, this is my one pager to sell you on Orbem Studio. You know, if you are interested, or if you don't even know if you're interested. And like, yeah, you can go to the plugin page and can read all about it. There's documentation that's very extensive, but like, this is, I want to just start and go. I also need to make an update to the plugin. I'm going to add a feature that allows you to auto create a default component that's fully configured using, you know, something I define. That way you could literally start a game in 3 clicks just to see what it's like. It'll create an area for you, it'll create a character, and then, you know, all you have to do is basically assign the global settings. So, and I think I know where I want to do it. I want to do it in the wizard, because the wizard, I link people to create an area. Instead, I want to have a link like create your first area, and then another one saying, you know, I'm trying to think of the words. Create default or generate default area. Generate starter area. I don't know. Something like that. And then it'll just make one for you and then go to the next step. Yeah. Something like that. But let's go back to this. So, yeah, who is Orbem Studio for? That's really what I want. Who is Orbem Studio? I don't know. Who Orbem Studio is built for? I like it. Let's ditch all this. Orbem Studio is for creators who want to design how a game behaves. Not write the code that makes it run. That's true. It's especially powerful for indie creators and solo devs. It's very, you know, who want to build complete, you know, actually I'm going to do it like this. Let's do it like, actually, yeah, let's do it like this. Who want to build complete games without engine overhead or custom tooling. So like that is a real benefit. Like even a game dev would benefit from using Orbem Studio as opposed to like jumping into Godot or Unreal Engine and like building an entire game from scratch, or even with Blueprint or whatever. Like this allows you to just be creative and just build an awesome game with an awesome story. Like it doesn't, you know, you're not limited because you have to think of all the ways to build the interactions and all the triggers and all the things. Like that's already built for you. And it's also good for designers, writers, and the world builders. What? And these are people that think in mechanics, progression, and interaction, not syntax, right? So basically, you know, this is for people who have a good story in mind, basically, or an aesthetic. Because at the end of the day, the main thing that you supply to this game engine are assets, images, sounds, level map, graphics, setting icons. Like, those are all things that you provide. So this would really benefit graphic designers, writers who are artistically inclined or know somebody who is, and world builders. Yeah, like people who have a universe in mind, D&D, any other sort of LARPers or whatever. And yeah, like I said, prototyping, very easy to do here. And experimental devs, somebody who just wants to try out a game idea. Maybe you're building an RPG, right? And you want to build it from scratch in whatever, not RPG Maker, but you want to build it from scratch in like Game Maker Studio or even Godot, but you want to try out and see how it's going to look for your character to walk around in this world. Like, you don't have to get these game engines going, build it all in there, and export it and play it and really try it. Like, you could use Orbem Studio. You could build these areas very easily with one image, and shit, you don't even have to put walls up if you just want to walk around and try it out. Prototypers. I don't know how to spell. Prototypers. Yeah, that's still a word. So, like, these are people who want playable ideas quickly, right? And without committing to months of engineering, which is a massive benefit for any game dev who, like I said, wants to map out levels, even progression from level to level to level, even see, how interactions with people, see what the cutscenes look like, and map out aesthetics and stuff like that. Maybe it's somebody who wants to build a legitimate console game and they want to just prototype out, this could be a wireframing tool at the end of the day for a video game. Very powerful. And then, teachers, educators, and interactive storytellers. I know there are already tools out there that allow you to literally build interactive stories. And not interactive, that's a wrong term, but graphic novels that have, sound and music and, kind of interaction. They're not interactive though. It's basically like next page and this stuff. So like, you could build that on steroids. You could build an interactive story with Orbem Studio that actually allows you to walk around the story and talk to people that maybe you wouldn't have talked to in the book. That's what I do in my book. Like, I add little cutscenes with characters that I don't even talk to in the book, but I give them, extra story by adding extra cutscenes and stuff like that. Little Easter eggs. So you can really get people into your novels and give them a lot of extra content, which is cool. So yeah, who need logic driven experiences without technical barriers? Because yeah, these aren't developers. These might be people that just have a blog and they release chapters of their book every month. Imagine if, they had the same ability in WordPress. Instead of just releasing a chapter, they could release, another level in the game. It can coincide. And then maybe they don't even need to release chapters of their book. Now they can just release chapters of the game. Very cool. If your strength is ideas, which is great, structure and iteration. And iteration is a massive selling point for Orbem Studio, because not only can you, like I said, release a game quickly, you can iterate on it. You can change what they say. You can change full characters, update their clothes, change the way they walk, where they walk, add another cutscene, and release it in real time. There's no limit to how many times you can update it. And if you add a couple extra tools, like revision tools and certain version controlling, you can even roll back things that you changed in your game using revisions. Yeah. In iteration, Orbem Studio meets you there. Okay. Yeah, I like this better. This makes more sense why I would have a section like this. See what kinds. That doesn't make sense. Yeah. I think I might not even need a CTA. This is kind of just informational. So I think I can actually get rid of this. I think now I need to focus on, I want to build a loop showing the different types of games that you can build. Which is basically, I'm going to need some shit. Right. Okay. So what are the types of games? Let's get top-down and side-scrolling RPGs. I don't want to put side-scrolling RPG yet. I mean, I guess technically, yeah, side-scrolling. They don't have to be completely top-down. And you could limit the person from walking up and down by making it so, but it's not really built for that. It will be, though. I will add side-scrolling as a type of game eventually, so maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. So in that case, I can probably use my own game for that. But let's see what else I can do. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think this will work. So let's grab this for the first. I sim-linked the theme. So let's do this. This is pretty cool. I do want to try to build a game like this, where it's kind of like 2.5D, because you could add collision points, you know, here and here, which will allow you to walk down here and up, but eventually cut off when you can't walk any farther. Right here, which would be kind of cool. So yeah, I guess this would be a side scroller. It wouldn't be impossible to do. All right, so let's add some text. And we'll do it in like RPG style. Top, down, and side scrolling RPGs. Let's do something like this. Whimsical. Let's see what we can do for text. I want it to kind of be Lord of the Rings-ish. Almost. It's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Almost. No. 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 It's more for kids' games. Yeah, I think something simple like this might work. What does that look like? And if we add a little bit of a drop shadow. That's very cinematic. Yeah. Could probably make it a little bigger. What do you think about that? Top, down, and side-scrolling RPGs. Still kind of hard to read, though. Wonder if giving it a little bit of stroke will help. Yeah, it's kind of easier to read. Well, what I want to do is give a little movement. So I want to do this over here. I want to do transform. And then all the way to the end. Subtle, but grow a little bit. And move it down. Like that. I think that's too much movement. Let's just grow. Let's try that. Yeah, that's good. It's very subtle. Actually, should I make the background grow too? That might be kind of cool. Give a little bit of depth. I think it's one or the other though. I can't make the text grow too and that. Let me see what it looks like with just that. Can't tell if I like that or not. Wonder if I can just grow center. Oh shit. Try again. Yeah, I think having the background grow makes it look cool. I mean, the text moving was cool too, but I think this is more cinematic. Can you read the text though? That's the only problem. I think you can. Top down and side scrolling RPGs. Yeah. Unless I make it a different color. I don't know. Make it like gold. Is that more RPG-ish? Might blend in too much. Definitely stands out more. Oh yeah, give it like a faded yellow, kind of like old book pages. Like very white. Like an off-white. Oh yeah, now we're dogging. I can bet I could even get away with this being a little bit bigger. Now it should definitely be readable. Okay, that's cool. I like that. All right, that's scene one. Next one, we're gonna do puzzle logic-based games. So that one I want to do, yeah, more like showing like a maze or some shit. Something with interaction. Let's see what I can do with that. Yeah. Puzzle and logic triggers, conditions, timers, interactions. Mm-hmm. Let's see what we got. Right. Kind of like this graphic. Yeah, because the next thing we'll do is we'll throw it in here. Cameron. Alright, what about you? Yeah, it would be cool to just do like a ball. I don't know if this really utilizes puzzle. Was it puzzle and logic based games? I think I might want to run that one more time. Try again. Ugh. Um. Hmm. Hmm. One more time. Yeah, because I don't want it to look like another fantasy pixel game. I want it to kind of, yeah, like I want it to look kind of like a puzzle. Like maybe your character isn't even a person. Hmm. Yeah, kind of like this. This might work. Let's try this. Yeah, something like this. We'll go here. And we'll fade this in. Here. We'll start at nothing. Opacity. We'll fade you in. Right here. Perf. So look like this. Side scroll. There we go. And then let's add some text. We'll do a completely different text style. Textile. There we go. And this one will be puzzle and logic based games. And we can split these up. We can do puzzle and which will do like nerds. Maybe something softer. What's puzzly? It's actually kind of cool. Let's try something like this. And we'll do this one in orange. Something like that. Yeah, I think with some shadow and shit, this will look good. Yeah. Perfect. Actually, I think it's still too hard to read. Guess this looks okay. Puzzle and logic games. What if we make it bigger? Bigger. Yeah, something like that. And then all we got to do, I guess we can kind of fade this in too. That would be kind of cool. Start 0. And let's make this grow. We already have opacity. Let's also add some transform. And we'll grow ya. Oh, I think I can scale it, can't I? There we go. Auto. Let's see what that looks like. Top down side scrolling game, RPGs, puzzle, and logic games. Okay, well, first off, this has to fade in way quicker. Second off, this also needs to be fading in. We'll start at 0. And then I will fade you the same amount as you. Perfect. So yeah, let's try it again. Alright, looks good. I just want to fade it in a little bit later. Puzzle and logic games. You know what? I think I like this being the same. Let's just do the same thing. All right, let's try it now. Cool. Yeah, I like it. And I like that they're very different. Different text, different style. And then let's do narrative and choice-driven games. Yeah, I want to do another kind of like walk around RPG style, but like with, you know, dialogue and shit like that. Let's try that out. See what that gives us. This will be a cool section. And like I said, I think after this, I want to add like the selling point. The 30-minute section. No, that's not enough people. Try again. Better. It's kind of similar to the first one though. Maybe we should do like a cyberpunk style game. Let me try writing this out myself. Narrative and choice-driven games. Yeah, I think something cyberpunky will be cool. And be, again, very different. And then I can do cyberpunky style text, which would be cool. Yeah, and I obviously see like a really good future benefit for people that are going to be using this is when I start offering asset packages. Because that will, you know, give people a lot of starting points. I see right now with feedback from the plugin that like it does require you to provide a lot of assets, character sprites and level maps, item images, all that kind of stuff. Okay, this seems interesting. I don't mind this one a little bit, but I'd like there to be like a little dialogue box. Maybe I can get that created. We'll see if that works. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to like blatantly specify it out. This one looks pretty good though. So top down and side scrolling RPG, puzzle and logic games, and then we'll do the narrative driven, story driven. Oh, what do we got? Yo, Sama, what's going on, bud? How you doing? How you doing? How you been? Welcome. I'm making some website graphics for Orbem Studio, which I have launched Orbem Studio. Right here. Orbem Studio, where stories become playable worlds. Yeah. Working on it. But for some reason, this is not updating. I need to clear the cache on the actual website, it seems like. Yeah, I got some good ones just about the system, and now I'm jumping into like what kind of games you can build. So I'm giving people inspiration. Let's see what we get here. Nah. Okay, I need to specify. I need like cutscene dialogue. Uh-oh. That's not good. I'm sorry to hear that. Dialogue. Pop-ups. Boxes. Your motherboard keys broke? Motherboard keys? What does that mean? I'm not following. Motherboard keys. Like a keyboard? The link to two. Oh, so like actual keyboard. Oh shit. That sucks. I'm sorry. That's a pain in the balls. And make sure it's a top down though. Make more sense. Almost there. Yeah. I like the little bit of movement I added. What do we got? Almost. Kinda. Gotta go. Well, hey. Appreciate you jumping on, my friend. And don't forget, Sama, you can get Flex Keys right now at flexkeys.shop. If you're a programmer, musician, or mountain climber, anyone can benefit from Flex Keys. Flexkeys.shop. Also found on orbemorder.com/shop. Or is it slash store? I don't remember which one. Get them. Thanks for reminding me. What do we got here? No. Oh, you. That's better. Actually has a person's face talking. But they're not talking to anybody. Needs more characters. Let's see if I can make this one work. Maybe it'll add more people. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to like fake it, which I can. I could figure it out. I need to make a functional flex keys game. It's true. I don't know how that would work, but maybe you're like flex keys walking around trying to collect money. Perfect. I like it. Hey, Orbem Studio is great for branding, so you're not wrong. That could be a great opportunity. All right. Go replace your old keyboard. Thanks for jumping on, my friend. Good to see you. Okay, well, these look like they actually added a separate person. All right, so I'm going to use this one. Cool. Cool. Let's go back to Photoshop. Let's start the next one. No. Cool. And we'll go up a little bit. Perfect. Kinda. And this will go out here, and we'll fade it in just like we did the other one. Start. You. Wait, what? Yeah, you. Oh. Yep. Opacity. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. And text. Let's do some new text. And now this one, instrumental game. Oh yeah. No, these aren't real game images. They could be. You have the ability to make this game. These are just generated, as you can tell by the text. But yeah, these are all games you could build. They're just kind of showing like the types of games you could build with Orbem Studio. Eventually, I'm just gonna have to build them to prove it. Okay, so we have narrative and choice-driven games. Narrative and choice-driven games. Narrative and choice-driven games. Let's change the text. I want something, oh yeah, techie. And we'll go neon blue. Perfect. Let's see what we got here. Might need to do choice like that. No, I liked better how it was. Yeah. That'll twerk. Though I think it needs to be a little more spread out. There you go. That's probably fine. Yeah, I like it like that. I guess that's fine. And then let's go ahead and add some drop stroke. That looks good. Cyberpunk. And now let's put you here. Let's fade you in as well. Opacity. Opacity. All right. And let's add an extra oomph with some transformer. And then at the end here, we'll do pop, pop. Cool. Done. Let's try that. Cool. The cameras are going to eat you alive if they figured. Puzzle logic games. Yeah, this isn't going to be an ad, so I'm not too worried about people freaking out that these aren't real games. It's pretty good. What else do we got? Action and light combat. Yeah. So you can fight. And you can like create weapons and assign them. So yeah, that's true. I think I'll end with that. Action and light combat. Top down. What style? Let's do street. What's going to be the fighting game? We could do like a samurai game. Edo, Japan. Simple. Fighting RPG. Yeah, that'd be cool. If we do like a Edo style samurai game. I guess I should have put samurai. Pretty good. Well, let me specify health bar. Samurai health bars. Yeah. Much better. Oh, hold on real quick. I'll be right back. All right, everybody. I'm gonna head out. I didn't realize what time it was. Gotta wake up and work. More importantly, take the kids to school. So, thanks so much for everybody jumping on. Catherine Krim, thanks so much for thinking this is cool. I hope you're subscribed. Duragev, thanks for jumping on as well and saying hi. Sama, always good to see you. Appreciate you jumping on, my friend. And yeah, catch you in the next one. Probably have the homepage done for Orbem Studio and move on to the new feature that makes it easier for people to start building games. And then, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do next after that. Definitely need to figure out a way to get people to start building games using the studio. That way we can have some more proof of concept games out there to start pointing to and get more feedback. So yeah, hope everybody has a great night. See you in the next one. Goodbye, bye-bye, everybody.